Nvidia pump. Welcome to daily stock market analysis. After earnings, we got a pump of 29% at one point, and now today we close around 25%. Okay, so are you getting excited? Our bulls are getting excited and they're getting charged up. Let's review. Guys, if you're liking the content, please hit the like button. It only takes 1 second. Please share with your friends and family and subscribe to my videos. And also, if you're making money, want to thank, there's a PayPal link in the description. I will accept your donations. I'll really appreciate all the help. Okay, Nvidia pumping. All right, don't get too excited yet. Okay, let's do things in a different way. This is Nasdaq US 100, which is futures, and let's go to weekly. Okay, what do you see on weekly chart here? This is weekly candle. Each candle is a weeks of price action. Okay, and from October lows, which is the bottom, Halloween night, almost near Halloween, not the Halloween night, October, let's say, to the highs, 33%, almost 34% upside. Okay, let's take this year, which is January, 2nd of January, to now. Nasdaq is up almost 30%. Okay, how many green candles you see in this recent pump? Ask yourself a question. It's sometimes it's a good idea to take a step back and look at weekly chart and see, do you see this move is being a bit parabolic? There's not a lot of green candles. I only see 3 green candles. These are just dodgy candles. Not a lot of downside. Okay, and can we go? This is the next level which bulls are eyeing. Can we go to 15,000? Yes, we can, but probability is very low. Okay, tech is pumping, but all of the sectors, look at all the sectors, they're like getting dumped really bad. You can look at financials. Look at financials, very close to bottom. Industrials, it's flagging, but it's selling down. Look at healthcare, it's selling down heavily. Utilities, almost close to bottom. Real estate, almost close to bottom. All sectors are like dumping, and only tech is holding. Only few big tech stocks, big giants are holding. So what my point is, this is not the time to be long. Okay, I know Nvidia earnings are great, and tomorrow we're gonna get some pump, and I know we can go to 14,000, and probably that's it. Okay, if I take a percentage increase from where we are now to, let's say we go to 14,000, 14,100, or let's say 14, just 2%. Okay, we do need a pullback, guys. We do need a pullback. We cannot go in parabolic all the time. And if I draw a Fibonacci, let's try Fibonacci on weekly, okay, to the new highs. I think a good pullback would be around 12,582 to 12,194 and 11,819. Okay, this is the zone. This is the zone at minimum you should be looking for a pullback and to buy. If you miss this pump, do not FOMO, guys. Do not FOMO if you miss this pump. I'm not telling you to go short. I'm telling you to take profits. Be on cash. Wait for a dip, okay? Wait for a dip, if anything, before you go long, okay? If you miss this pump, if you did not buy here, why would you be buying now, okay? Like all these hedge funds managers and all the, I don't know, all the retail sector, all retail people, they're getting excited now. This is not the time to buy, guys. Time to buy was here. If you did not buy here, you shouldn't be buying here. At minimum, wait for the pullback. Wait for a significant pullback, at least to these Fibonacci retracements, 0.382 to buy. Okay, that's my point. We can go high. We can go to around 14,000. That's possible, but we are due for a pullback. Okay, that's my point. We are due for a pullback. Okay, this is a weekly chart. This is also think of swim chart. You can see this purple line. It's around 14,135. Can we go to 14,135? Yes, we can. But that's about it. That's the top. Okay, that is the top I'm looking before we go all the way down to the bottom of the channel around 13,000. Okay, I'm only looking to take profits. I'm not looking to short because this can go, this can stay here. Look to take profits, sit on cash for a couple of months, and go down. When we are here, look to buy again. Okay, this is not the time to buy. Look at here. Whenever we are here, we sell down. Look at here. We go above. We can shoot above. We can shoot above 14,000. Yes, but then we sell down to bottom line. Okay, this is Nasdaq. Look at this other chart of Nasdaq. This is regression chart. Okay, you can see what happened here. We were above the yellow line for a couple of days. We slightly went in the middle, and then we sold down. Okay, and now we are in the middle. Okay, yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is this is the time to take profits, guys. Do not buy here. Okay, if anything, put your cash on savings account, earn interest. If you don't like to short, it's fine. Just wait for a better entry. Wait for at least a pullback before you go long again. Okay, that is what I'm trying to tell you here. All right. So after that, all right. Let's go to daily chart. Let's start with MES, our regular stuff, and let's go with our MES chart. This is our cycle chart. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. This is futures. We are getting a bounce due to Nvidia, and if you saw my video from yesterday, I told you, look what happened here. You can see we did not go straight down. You see we had a day of like consolidation. Probably we're gonna get some consolidation day, right? If I go to 1 hour chart, let's quickly look at yeah, let's look at MES 1 hour chart. That's fine. Look at MES 1 hour chart. You can see what's happening here. We made a new low. This low, we made a new low, and now we're going back. There's a significant resistance here around 41.61. We can even go higher to here around 41.93. We can go all the way higher here. This zone here is resistance. Okay, there's another zone where we are coming right now, going right now. This whole box here, this is a resistance too. Okay, so we can pretty much reject anywhere from here. We can reject from here, okay, and go down. We can even get rejected from here. We can come as high as here and then get rejected. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is be very careful here. Wait for a pullback. Okay, there's still cycle lows coming around here. There's still some time until first week of June, and Nasdaq cycle is coming mid of June. Still some time left before you guys can get before you should get bullish. Okay, earnings on Nvidia is not going to be like Nvidia cannot just alone drive the market higher. Okay, be careful. These are the times to be careful. Wait for a significant dip before you get bullish again. All right, that's my message. So again, recapping here. Um, so here we had consolidation day and then we went down. So similar thing can happen. We can go up a little bit and then get rejected. Again, this is the buy zone. This buy zone is around 40.74. So from today's close, let's say today's close to the first entry 1%, and to the bottom we can come around 3.35%. Okay, so be very careful here. I'm still looking for maybe a little bit of bounce and then continuing the path to the downside. All right, and that could happen. This bounce can take Nasdaq to 14,000. That's quite possible. We can have new highs. It is possible, and then we get a pullback. But look to take profits, guys. This is the time to take profits. And then let's look at MES chart, this famous chart. Now we're going back to this sell zone here. Okay, the sell zone is around 4,200. Yeah, we can go touch 4,200. That's fine. We can still touch 4,200 from here, and then we can come back down again. I'm not looking to buy until we reach this, at minimum, this yellow line. If you're still holding Nvidia, great. Look to take profits. That's all I can say. Okay, do not get too bullish. Still, interest rates are significantly high. We could get a recession. There are mortgage issues and housing prices going down. Debt ceiling crisis is coming, which probably gonna be avoided, and then we can get a pump once that happens. So just be careful, guys. Okay, a lot of bank sectors have a lot of risk right now, so at minimum wait for the pullback. Okay, all right, let's look at SPY 1 hour chart. Another gap. Okay, I have to close basically extended hours just to be, because it's showing, here you go. Why is it not taking it away? Regular hours. So you can see regular hours, we created a gap down. There's a gap here, there's a gap here. So let's go to daily chart. You can see what's happening here. We can go and fill these gaps, that's fine. We can fill 414. We can even go as high as 418, which is what I showed on MES, and then go down. It's quite possible we can from here. We can go up, we can create a gap up tomorrow, we can fill this gap, or we can even go as high as here and then we go down. That's possible. Okay, do not be too excited. Okay, so uh, this rally, no matter how long it goes, I think the real value, we are going to be here at some point, probably end of the year. I'm looking for lower prices eventually, at least on S&P 500. Okay, so SPY is covered, triple Qs, again gap down, looking for, it is possible triple Qs can go and make a new high. That's possible from now after this earnings. Probably it's going to go fill these two gaps, 333 and 337. And then probably you can look at NASDAQ um, 14,000 as an example, and then we're going to sell off. So that will be the target I will be looking to take profits. VIX. VIX is bouncing. As I told you, look at how nicely this cycle predicted that, and now we are bouncing. So we're already up since the bottom. Let's quickly measure. Since the bottom here, we're already up like 32%, 31% on VIX. Tomorrow we're probably gonna sell off a little bit and then continue higher. All right. US 30, nothing change on US 30. Still keep going lower. So see, this is tale of two markets. Dow Jones industrial stocks are selling. US 2000, all small stocks are selling. Okay, only tech sector is pumping. Okay, so there's no breadth in the market. Okay, US 2000, it's possible we made a low. It's possible we could come back to closer to this low, and it's possible this low is the low. So we'll see how significant this low gets, but anywhere around, let's draw some Fibonacci from this low to higher low. Let's see what would be the buy zone from now. So anywhere here, actually it is in the buy zone right now, but yeah, it is in the buy zone. So this is a good time to buy Russell 2000. Anywhere here, although I have a zone here, but look to buy anywhere here. I think anywhere close to this support here, this whole area here, which is around 1700, look to buy Russell. IWM is the ETF you can look to buy. Let me show you here. Where's that ETF? IWM. This is the ETF. Okay. Also gap down. Although I have arrow pointing, this is in the buy zone, guys. Okay. So look to buy. Nothing. We're gonna go higher later on. That's Russell 2000. Let's keep going. Dollar basically pumping. Let's bring all the other indicators back in. Dollar is pumping, but eventually this pump will end, and then I'm looking for some lower prices here. That's gonna be bullish for gold and Bitcoin, but for now it's pumping, so that's why gold and Bitcoin are selling. Gold keeps selling very close to my buy zone. If I zoom in a bit, okay, what is this trend line? I'm not sure what this is, so let's get rid of this. So basically from here we can get a dead cat bounce and eventually sell off. So that's what I'm looking for lower prices. I think it's due for a bounce. That bounce will be failed, so you will be getting a good opportunity to short gold very soon. Silver, same thing, it's in the buy zone, looking for a bounce and then eventually bounce to fail to make a new low. Crude oil is holding pretty well. Actually, it did close above this resistance here around 73.59, but it's still below this 50 daily SMA, and this yellow line is 50 EMA, still below that. So I think most likely this low will hold. I was expecting a new low here, but now looks like it's holding. So at minimum, looking for some lower prices around this first week of June. Natural gas is pumping. Again, it's just like chopping around, looking for lower prices. 1 hour chart. If I go here, there's a gap here around here around 2.18, looking for that gap to fill at minimum. Bitcoin, again, very close to my buy zone. We can get rid of this triangle. This triangle was broken now. Now we're going down. We touched buy zone today, and now we're going down. Anywhere here you can look to buy. Ethereum, again in my buy zone. My buy zone was at a bit higher here. So actually, to be honest, my buy zone was around 1700. I just dropped it a bit, but this is where it is right now. Wheat was sold off, but it's still in this wedge. Okay, still in this wedge. We keep going lower. We did not go lower yet. We're still holding it on divergence. So any moment we should be getting a breakout. I don't know when, but it's all the substances are here for a breakout of this bullish wedge. TNX are mortgage rates, basically kind of flat today, and cycle low is coming here. So I'm looking for a little bit more downside on mortgage. PFIX is what you can buy to do that. Buy to play TNX. Bond market is going lower, guys. You can see everything is only tech stocks are pumping. Everything else is selling, including bonds. Bond market is telling something else. You can see cycle low is coming. It keeps going lower. So uh, I think it's setting up for a nice bull trap, to be honest, in my opinion. So be very careful, guys, in this market. Let's quickly look at gold miners. Sold off heavily, 2.3% down in the buy zone, looking for a little bit of bounce now from here and then fail to make a new low. I don't know how much that low will be, but there's a gap here around 29.16. That will be a good area to buy. Let's look at other sectors. XLE, energy sector, kind of 0.44%. Looking for this to fail and then go lower. XLU keeps selling off. Still don't see any divergence. I would like to see divergence on RSI. Looking like it wants to fill this gap around 64. XLV, gap down. Looking for a gap to fill around 128, and also there's a support here at 121. XLF, massive gap down. Looking for lower prices. I think it's possible we can hold this low. Let's see how low we go, but now I think we're getting close to the buy zone. So look to slowly start buying financials for the long-term hold. XLI industrial keep going lower. I have to check what are the lower prices, but looks like it wants to go lower. Real estate, massive sell-off with a gap down, and looks like it wants to go to new low, at least touch previous lows. So we'll see how intense the sell-off will be. Tesla at one point was down more than 3.5–4%. Looks like it recovered very nicely. This gap is here, most likely it will fill this gap. And it found support on this 50 SMA, daily SMA. So it is possible now with this pump, we could go higher slightly, okay? We could go slightly higher and then go down, all right? I don't know how it's gonna play out, but there's this significant resistance around 198 and 200, and it's never able to close that, okay? So be very careful here. If it closes above 200, only then you can get bullish, okay? And until then, I think it's bearish. I won't say bearish, it's neutral right now. It's in the middle of nowhere. Apple is flat. Looks like it wants to go lower. Found support on this white line, which is 20 EMA. Just found a little bit of support. Multiple gaps, small gaps to the upside, multiple gaps to the downside, looking for lower prices in Apple. Google, again with the NVIDIA breaking out, most likely it's going to fill this gap to the upside first and then go lower. So I think most likely Google wants to go above first and then go lower. All right. Same thing with Microsoft. I have to slightly change these projections now since because of NVIDIA earnings. So I think there's going to be a little bit of more pump till Nasdaq goes to 14,000. Snowflakes dumped. I think it was here somewhere. It was around 145. Oh, sorry, 155. And I had this projection after earnings anyhow. You can see it perfectly lined up. So I think it's going to open here, and I think it's going to keep dumping snowflakes. Meta, big divergence. It can make a new high. That's fine, but eventually it's going to go lower. Amazon, again, divergence. Even it can make a new high. It can even go as high as 125 and then go lower. So we'll see how that plays out. So most likely it's going to go a little bit higher and then go lower. All right. Netflix looks like it wants to, maybe it will make a double top with the NVIDIA pump, and then it's going to come back to this support level here. So it's possible you can get a little bit of pump before we dump. and Nvidia is already a big massive gap. Eventually that gap will be filled. I don't know when, so I'm not even going to review Nvidia. AMD also pumping, looks like it wants to cover this gap around 118, so most likely it's going to go fill this gap, and this resistance we can get rid of now. It got out of that resistance, and let's look at 1 hour chart. Did it fill this gap? It did. So we can get rid of this gap as well. So now looks like we'll have another gap. Most likely we're going to open here around 118, and then probably we're going to sell off. I think that's the most likely the probability. So like this. Okay, guys, I think I covered most of the stocks. Let's quickly see Disney recovered nicely. It's in the buy zone here. So again, this is something you want to keep in the long-term portfolio. You can see it's in the buy zone. Keep accumulating here. And yeah, that's about it, guys. All right, guys, have a good rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you're still here, please hit the like button on your way out. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.